Hello, today's Quake Brutalist Jam III playthrough is One Need Not Be a House by Radiator Yang. This is an absolutely gorgeous non-linear level set on an island with some beautiful curved brickwork, arches and faces carved in rock and the like. It's totally non-linear. The only requirement is to collect 5 gold keys to cross this aqueduct to the exit. I threw together this route that has a nice flow to it and shows off a lot of what makes this map special. So let's get into it. So coming out of the gate here, you can see we're on this beautiful shoreline and the face is carved into the rocks. There's the arches and there's multiple routes you can take. You can kind of take a left or a right. You're heading toward the centre, really. There are 4 silver keys to collect on this map. 3 of them lead to these ramps that go to the upper level, where the gold keys are and the exit is. 1 is sort of an intermediate lift between areas. For my route, you need 3 of the 4 keys, but you could make do with just 1 of the keys, really. And you can see there's all sorts of ladders and there's ways up everywhere, so this map has a lot of these interconnections. It's totally non-linear in that respect, and it is fantastic. 4 of the secrets out of 6 in this map are on the outer edges in this water, which is why I have this route and why I decided to build the route based on, let's get all this out of the way first, because there's no real easy way to get to it any other way, basically. So, you're kind of forced to take damage here if you pick the Invoker up. I suppose there's other ways of like getting out to there, but since we're just trying to do a circuit, that's what happens, we take a bit of damage. That aqueduct that I'm looking at there, that is the sort of objective of the map. You collect your, 5 gold keys, you can cross that basically. And just this map as well, it's got such a lovely look to it. It looks like something like from one of those early CGI adventure games like Myst or Riven or something. There are some Rocketeers on that bridge who cause me some grief later unless I kill them now. They're guarding a silver key, so it's kind of nice just to take pot shots at them. There's a load of stuff from the shoreline in various places, but the route I've taken rolls everything up in a really nice way, so I don't have to worry too much about it. You'll see later. This is a little bit awkward what I'm doing here. I'm trying to just get some melee dancing in with this annoying fiend. If you knock them into the water, or any of the monsters into the water, they die instantly, which is quite nice. So that was thought of. They're not going to cause any issues if they leap into the water and whatever else. And right now we have done a complete lap of the island. Just at the other side of that tunnel directly ahead of me, that is where you will find the entrance to the actual map itself. So there's a silver key lift right there. That will take you just to the intermediate stage above. You can just walk around as well to get to it, I think, so I mean, it's not like you have to do it that way, I don't think. Maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe you do. Now I think about it. But we're going to go there anyway at some point. There is this house in this silo in the middle, which I like, and there's a cheeky spawn inside it, which you can disarm. Monsters sometimes get clogged in the pipe I want to go into now, though. Sometimes a champion will be in there, and that really slows you down. Because in this one, you got your grenade launcher, which is a big important item, but it's filled with spawns, which is really funny. But much harder than you'd think to get them to chain react and explode together, and to get them to actually get shots on them with a grenade launcher. If you don't come in here taking the route with the pent, you can just like backtrack out immediately the way you came, usually go up a ladder. And yeah, it's fun. I like that. I really do. It looks nice. And right now we're directly above the area where the zombies I was at below, basically. So this is one way, for example, you could just bypass that silver key lift if you wanted to. Works quite well. You can see I've already disarmed this bridge. There's a lot of champions chilling on the beach. They've all got chairs. They're all having a good party. We'll leave them to it as well. They can also just knock you off quite easily if they're active. Knock you off this upper walkway. So you got to watch out. What's interesting about this map, and I really think it bears mentioning, is that like there are no lock-in traps. There are no like teleporting monsters or anything like that. Everything is just kind of laid out as it is. There's like 2 occasions where walls are lowered and it, reveals monsters. But by and large, stuff is just placed, and the challenge is coming from like, well, if I push forward hard, I'm going to get pushed back hard. The map will push back with an equal sort of force as to you pushing forward, which is nice. I like that. I really do like that. The pressure is determined by the player in a lot of respects. But also the monster set in this, you know, monolith in Quake Brutalist Jam. They're really good in terms of putting, like, plinking at you and putting pressure at distance as well. There were 2 silver spiral staircases there, which I'm avoiding, with vampirism in front of them. They're full of monsters, they're spiral staircases that lead into the upper area. I do want to do that eventually, but not yet. My strategy for this map was to clear out the low levels first, then go up. And what better way to clear out the lower levels than to pick up a vampirism and the berserk? Oh, it's beautiful. And then you've got these beautiful, beautiful choke points where you can drop a grenade in there. Orbs are plenty. We all love red orbs. Everybody loves red orbs. You can just go absolutely nuts. And this clears up pretty much everything that was awake that we saw when we were swimming on the shoreline. People in the pillboxes, people on the beaches, everything. It's just so satisfying. We get a little unfortunate, however. We have a champion that's managed to work its way into that pipe down there. Sometimes there's nothing there, sometimes there's a high-value monster. It's better when the champion's out there because it means you can just punch them, or they're bunched up with everything else. You can just chunk them with the grenades and the rebar launcher. This is a fantastic map for rebar as well, like super nice map for rebar. Which you can see a little bit of the rebar action outside here, you know? Look at this. Ooh, chunky. Very, very chunky. I do miss the sparks that used to fly off the champions and the armor pling sound effects that it used to be when you shoot them with these small arms. That was removed because people thought it was like damage mitigation or something like AD, which is very sad. I thought it was great. I loved when sparks were flying off the arm when you were spamming them down the nail gun. But we've cleared out the bottom level now pretty much completely. We're going to pick up another silver key though, because we're going to use yeah, we need 2 silver keys. 1 silver key to go up to the next area, 1 we need to do a little path that gives us our 2 secrets that are outstanding. Nice trees as well. Just want to point out the trees are really nice. The circular cutouts are nice. The circular cutouts within curved architecture with spiral staircases and the arches. It's just a really, really nicely put together map, this. I didn't really appreciate it the first time I played it, just how like impressive this architecture is and the look of it. But it's a real grower. These 2 grenadiers, they usually don't sort of end up where they are here. They usually are right at that silver door when you open it, which is a pain in the ass. They were there, so it slowed me down a bit. But this here is important. This is what I wanted the quad for, and I wanted a bit of the vampirism for a safety margin here. My main concern while doing this fight, though, was I didn't want the fiends and the dogs to jump off the edge of the sort of platform and end up on the lower levels, because when they do that, you fucking lose them, and it's a real pain in the bum. But it's great. Caltrops are really dangerous up there, more than you'd think, because you think I've got vampirism, I've got loads of health and armor, it's going to be fine. No, you can be shredded up there, like before you even know what hit you, basically. This fiend down here is also really irritating, because they don't tend to wake up unless you go and actively, you know, wave in their face and say, hi, I'm here. And sometimes they like to drop down into that bottom area where the zombies were, which is just down below the sort of dock area. Big pain in the bum. But here's the exit viaduct with the gold key. We need to go collect the keys first, and just to the right there you can see that's one of our secrets. You need to multi-missile launch a jump up there, and that does require you having more than 100 HP to be able to make it up there safely. So you've got to plan your route, so you've either got 100 and a bit of armour, or you've got a comfortable mega health style buff to your health to be able to make it up there safely. And thankfully we need to drop down to go pick ourselves up a secret down here. And we need to climb back up, and the fastest way to climb back up, these 2 silos with the spiral staircases that we didn't go to earlier. Isn't that fantastic? So we pick up our vampirism, conveniently left here. We open it up. This one is full of servitors and trash, basically. The other one has dogs in, which kind of jump up in your face, and it's also like a shambler and stuff. It's not worth it. This one's great though, because I mean, look at that. 250 health, not a problem. Now, there is, however, a blister, which is still active, and I hear it, and I kind of get distracted, and I mess up the jump, but luckily, the route's got enough slop in it built into it, so I can do it twice, and I've still got enough health. But you can see how much damage I took going up there. It's, you know. And that's it, basically. That's fantastic. Once we do that, it's a similar one here. The dogs here are really dangerous, like more dangerous than you'd think, and there's also some spawns just down there, which you can disable with the rebar launcher. I kind of know where they are. I think one might still be active. I assumed I'd killed it, but I hadn't, so I was surprised when there was just a random explosion in the dark in front of me. I thought I'd killed them. And yeah, the Invoker, you get a lot of ammo at the end of the map, not much at the start. My route doesn't really have any opportunity to use the Invoker, I suppose, that well. You don't want to use it when there's loads of dogs around you because of the long wind-up time and the fact they'll be jumping in your face and coming up behind you and stuff. So, well, not the best one for the Invoker, but I think the route's good enough, frankly. I enjoyed the route. I enjoyed taking this way around the map. It was a very relaxing time. I'm sure there's something insane that somebody else could do, mind you. But let's jump across this little gap. Head along this, I mean, is it an aqueduct when it's kind of more like a pipe? It feels like it's full of sand or something as well, or it's been concreted up. But you cross it over here. There's a nice wooden cabin at the end. That's it. That's the map, basically. Fantastic map, though. Beautiful map. Really fun map. The sort of map that caters to most skill levels as well. You can take it at whatever pace you like. There's a whole section at the bottom where you can do platforming. You can just see it in the screen that I didn't do. So you're only getting kind of one part of the elephant when you watch this video. You should play it for yourself. It's called One Not Need Be a House by Radiator Yang. Quake Brutalist Jam 3. Until next time, have yourself a lovely day. Bye.